Aloha, mother fathers. Welcome in another episode of the Side Hustle Podcast. Kyle Cornell, double A, Anthony Alford. And we have guests today.
Yes, we do.
Because they decided to stick around for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
I mean, I could be putting my kid to bed right now.
You really could. I appreciate your significant others, especially giving you guys some
don't
time.
worry.
Kevin parked behind me, so I had no choice.
Yeah, you were fucked from the beginning. You had nowhere to go.
Don't worry. This show might put your kid to bed.
I tried to leave. They trapped me.
The fact that you keep saying these kids watching makes me like really want to curtail my language a lot, but that's like not our thing.
You haven't done that for my mom, so why would you do that for
Because
his
you
kid?
said your mom loves it.
Well, that's different.
Mr. Alfred.
Look, you can't say much more than my wife says in front of our son.
Oh.
She has no filter, so
That's great.
you don't got to worry about that.
You want to introduce our guest?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Voice of the land is here. Kevan Arnold. Always positive, Jay. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. And
Thanks for having us on. And
Thank you.
If I can
thanks for
talk
coming on our
wrestling,
show.
I'll talk wrestling any day of the week.
we have one big wrestling fan, then we have Kevan. So that's obviously great. I'm excited to have you guys both here. So.
I can't wait to hear your WrestleMania breakdown.
Oh, it's going to be just exclusive. It's going to be so. I'm going to give everyone all the right picks if you gamble on this thing. If you can gamble
Can we
on
gamble
this
on
thing.
WWE yet?
I'm sure someone will take your money.
Someone asked Shohei, what's going on? Can we gamble on?
Yeah.
Otani can.
Okay.
Ask my translator.
Yeah, I got to.
Gotta work
Whatever
on
you
a
say,
deal. Gotta work on a deal. Gotta figure it out.
No, we're honestly really excited to have you guys here. It's going to be great. A little more loose. You're going to find that too. Cav just lost, by the way, so that's fun. But nevertheless.
What is? It's funny. 3 nights ago when they were their last loss, it was the end of the world. Then they won. And everyone's like, "Oh, they're back!" And now everyone's like, "It's the end of the world."
Yeah, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah,
But,
it's,
we got plenty.
It will be in a month.
Dude, we got plenty to break down today. A lot went on this
Yeah, we
past
do.
week in the wrestling world. And, of course, with our fine guests, you get to pick your guys' brain on some of that as well. Mainly
I'll give
Kevin.
I'll give you all the information you need, man.
You're only going to get this style WrestleMania breakdown in one place, and that's the Side Hustle Podcast from Always Positive Jay.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
It's going to be great. It's honestly awesome to see this, man. I'm looking forward to seeing this card, man. But we probably should start with Raw. 'Cause
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that was...
Insane. Sorry.
It was.
Getting right in, buddy.
It was.
And you're wearing the red.
You're right on.
You're fucking right on the money. 1 for 1.
He said before the show, I haven't watched this Hogan the Savage, and everything. Like, oh, here we go. We're ready to go. Raw, though,
I got an A and B, so we'll be okay.
I'll tell you what. Raw, though, apparently was one of the all-time great episodes this past Monday. From start to finish. I mean, I think, honestly, the only place to start. I am looking forward to The Rock facing Cody Rhodes.
Wait, was that dude
one-on-one.
bashing his head into something?
Oh, yeah, his own tour bus.
I know
Yeah, it was his own.
Yeah, he was all
on Cody's
bloodied
tour.
up and stuff.
That's crazy. They let the guys... it's amazing what happens when a network and people that run the company let the guys just do their thing.
Yeah.
Professionals. Not like, oh, it's a rookie who's been here for a minute. No, these guys have been doing this for 15, 20. The Rock's been around for 30 years, whatever. CM Punk's been doing it for 30 years. Like, letting the guys just go. Like, yeah, I'd stick to this kind of thing, like, general, but go do your thing. Here's 25 minutes. Okay. Like, great.
And if you're like, wait a minute, Double A, you said Rock versus Cody as the one-on-one. Obviously, that's not the match. I kind of wish that was the championship match at this point.
And he's fighting in both nights?
Yeah.
So he has
well,
to
the
fight...
Rock's fighting night
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
No, Cody
Cody
fights The Rock, and then he has to fight Roman Reigns
So
the next
he fights
one.
them both on night 1 in a tag match, and then he fights Roman on night 2
Mm-hmm.
by himself. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Right. I have a feeling I know that Bloodline rules are going to be initiated, and that's how you get all this Avengers Endgame.
But
as
it's gonna be
describing.
a sick because
Yes.
now they're talking about Stone Cold and John Cena getting involved in this too because they're gonna get involved in WrestleMania. What do they want to pick and choose to be involved in?
And the trucks in the final scene of Raw, like the one in the background with just Cena's face, like that's
Stone
not
Cold
the
was on
WrestleMania.
one too.
Yeah,
What the
there's
fuck was he on a truck last time? Like Stone
Right.
Cold's on a truck all of
Yeah.
a sudden
right.
now.
Those aren't the current trucks that they're using.
I'm fucking.
Everything is done for a reason.
I might be calling off work on Monday, but not for the eclipse because I'm gonna be watching all of that shit.
But I'll tell you what though, we are for the work that everybody has done in that main event scene, except Roman. We'll get to it.
I'm telling people on TikTok that they're pissed about you saying that. They think he's doing great.
What is he doing?
Exactly what he's supposed to do, according to them.
What?
Letting the birds chirp.
He ain't even chirping.
He's letting the other birds chirp because the thought process with them, our fans on TikTok, was okay. So they're talking about the bloodline. Roman is the head of the bloodline. So at the end of the day, it's all about him. They're all having all these arguments and all these issues and all these beatings in the parking lot while it's pouring rain, a stupid little vest, all that stuff because of Roman. So Roman's the center of it. He doesn't have to do all this stuff. He's behind the scenes pulling the strings. He's letting everyone else talk and do their bullshit.
But
I don't think that's true. I don't think it's correct.
Yeah,
It's bullshit. He's not. He's
just explaining
he's not-
CAA where they're
I'm
coming
explaining their
Yes.
perspective. I'm not saying it's where I am because I'm not.
Well, he's not pulling his weight.
He's not.
He's
No.
not.
No.
Everybody else says.
Now Roman Reigns, being the expert I am, I just want to ask for all the
Ask
people that
all the
didn't know.
questions
Yes,
you want
please.
tonight, please.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is he the main guy for wrestling right now? That's their big
He's been
headline
champ
guy.
for about almost 4 years.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
and
like
he
unheard
took
of.
over for what, like Cena? I'm guessing.
Kind of as the next guy, yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of went. Cena had a match with Roman back in like 2016, 17. And that was like the official.
Yeah, because
There
they
you go.
struggled to find someone to take
Yeah.
over for Cena, and like Cena
So
had
I'm
to
asking-
Cena had to push Roman and told him flat out, "Look, you're gonna have to cut a promo at some point and
He
actually."
needs to come back and say it again because he's
Oh,
got
yes.
one promo the past
Yeah.
month,
Right.
And it
Yeah.
sucked last Friday.
Now
Against
what I
Cody.
keep hearing is everyone loves Cody Rhodes and Team Cody and blah blah blah. Is
Cody
he-
Crybabies.
That's the Rock's hashtag.
Sure. Is he going to be the next guy then? Is it
They're
like-
sure as shit building him up to be that guy.
Yes.
If Roman
Yes.
Reigns is sitting to the side and this guy, everyone keeps talking about
They're
him.
the
Well-
same age though, which is crazy. Like Roman's still like in his like mid to late 30s.
And he's got, I mean,
He's-
he's royalty. I mean,
Well,
pretty
the
much.
blood. It's not a joke. The bloodline he has.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's one of the
yeah.
greatest.
They're all fucking in the.
His
like,
dad
everyone.
might be the
Yeah.
greatest on the mic there ever was
Yeah.
in Dusty Rhodes.
Well, Cody mentioned in his promo on Raw that he already acts as the champion because the current champion's not here. He's already acting like he kisses the babies and,
Best man at a guy's wedding. He
he's
just
going
met
to
in the crowd.
Anthony's wedding. I wonder whose. He's
Not
go-
you. I wish.
He's going to somebody's wedding named Anthony.
We missed the prime opportunity there to take that, but we just didn't.
I know. Oh man.
Shame on you.
Man, that's. I blew it.
Way to
Yep.
drop the
Um,
ball.
I did. I've been hearing that a lot lately.
Rebecca's somewhere just face palming. Just
But he mentioned that he's acting as champion himself. That he's doing all those things. He's kissing the babies. He's sticking around afterwards. So yeah, Cody's gonna be that guy. Hopefully, this go around when he wins on WrestleMania Sunday.
I mean, and when wrestling's at its best, you have two megastars that don't like each other. That's how it's been forever. There was, I mean, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage,
yeah,
Stone Cold, The Rock.
right.
Now you got these guys. Other than those, I don't know any.
Can I ask you guys this then? Does Cody and Roman? I'm asking just Cody and Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Does it match up? This is going to be 2 years in a row. Does it match up to Hogan and Savage? Does it match up to Rock Austin? If the answer is no,
No,
how far away?
I would put them in third, to be honest.
Let's see how they close.
Can they
this
actually
thing.
have a finish for the match?
Right?
True. I mean,
can-
their story's just getting started too. So
They're the bottom of the fourth now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
It's
We're adding more
Oh,
innings
move
to
on.
this.
Take Braun Breaker, please. Like that's great. It's fresh. It's new. He's kind of like Brock, except he doesn't have a pee fetish. Just go for it. like just. That's the first one. There's gonna be plenty tonight.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. They gave me a live microphone, so you know what's gonna happen.
try transitioning
You're
from
not
that.
You guys. Are making sense.
Hey, I'm not the one driving this show, so I
No,
don't
we
have
have-
to transition.
Oh, we're off road. We've been there for a minute.
Good.
We're 10
It's
episodes
pitch
deep.
black
Here
and
we
there's trees
go.
everywhere. Oh, yeah.
So what are the other big storylines for WrestleMania then? I mean, you got these two going at it with The Rock.
Oh,
and
we got a
Bloodlines
ton.
and-
We got a ton. So
Yep.
the World Championship side, Seth Rollins is involved in two feuds. So he's intertwined with the
Is that the
Bloodline.
guy with the beard and
The guy with
Shit
the
ton of
weird,
tattoos.
well, he's like the weird suits he wears. He dances around and
Mhm.
sings.
Well, I
and all
think
that
I
stuff.
just saw like a YouTube video of like the change of Seth Rollins, and it was very awkward. And this dude,
So
maybe
he,
been him.
He was like when he started with the Shield way back. It was like 10 years ago now. I want to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
like all like like not camo but like cargo
Mm-hmm.
pants, like kind of like coming out like a bouncer, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. And it's slowly progressed into this like delusional maniac Joker type character now that just kind of laughs like maniacally and does a bunch of weird shit and is really good at wrestling. Like he's one of the better ones in the entire world.
That reminds me of Mankind. He was kind of like that, wasn't he? In a way, he definitely got weird.
Give
at the end.
Mankind a six pack and good teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm just saying how like his like character evolved and stuff.
Well, and
reinventing is
yeah, I
but
mean,
Mankind
Nick-
also is
Well, the guy
Jude
that's
Love, he was Cactus
Schizophrenic,
Jack.
yeah.
He was
well, as far as
you know his
hardcore
first
wrestling,
name, right?
Mick.
What?
His first wrestling name.
oh Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it now it just left me.
We know
Right, it
Edge's
was-
first name.
It was my friend's fantasy football name for years and years. Oh my God, what is it? Please tell me it.
Well, now we have to call him.
I am. He told me to text him whenever.
Yeah,
come
so
back
you
to it.
have-
I don't
so
know.
you have a best friend who's like a
Kevin Beard, you know Kevin.
Yeah.
This dude is literally the wrestling historian I've ever seen in my life. If a wrestler made a book, he read it. He'll tell you every single person's like
I'm reading
whole
one right now.
story background on everything.
Ronda Rousey.
No.
Like, you
you
want
gotta-
some crazy stories?
Your
Just
only
ask
copy?
him about the Ultimate Warrior, man. He'll tell you all the evil things he does not like about the Ultimate Warrior.
That guy is a human trained. Well, he
Where-
was a
Oh, my
human
God.
trained wreck. Yeah, just good lord.
I think Ultimate Warrior talk is banned from this show. There was a little bit we did a few weeks ago.
I did 20 minutes on Vince McMahon a couple weeks ago. I'm pretty sure we can give Ultimate Warriors flowers.
I know.
And by that, they're dead flowers, but nevertheless. That's
There's
true.
a wrestler at AEW.
I'm trying to make Kevin just facepalm himself. Yeah, like 15 times today.
There's a wrestler at AEW who thinks he's Mick Foley. His name is Darby Allin, and he jumps through real glass. He was gonna climb Mount Everest, but
While
he broke
under
his.
contract, Tom Brady doesn't come to you and say, "You know what I'm going to do,
The
Robert?"
masturbator, that's what it was. Sorry it came to me.
Great. Well, me mentioning Robert Kraft, you say masturbator. Great fucking timing, by the way. But never, but
I
nevertheless.
wasn't even sorry. I was like, I
Deshaun
remember.
Watson just had a twitch somewhere when he said that too. By the way,
Way to finish.
That's what she said.
boom. But like, you don't do that. Like, if you're one of the higher paid talents, or whatever it is, or a person that leads your company, like it's like your franchise. If Shane Bieber comes to the Dolans tomorrow and says, "Hey, I'm gonna hike Mount Everest in a week," the fuck you are? No, you're gonna be at opening day.
Yeah, they don't even. There's
I'm gonna play
clauses
with
that stop
drones.
them from riding motorcycles. There's all
Well,
kinds of
yeah.
They can use them now.
Yeah.
But no, it's
Don't nobody like that.
this
dude.
guy. This
No.
No, it's dude. Like literally, like 3 weeks after he did that, I cut my finger with the drone.
you want to be just like him?
No, that dude's got some soft skin, bro. Because I was like, oh, I'm fine. Like it was just like a paper cut. I'm like, how the hell did he cut his hand?
He
so bad?
moisturizes.
Yeah, he does. Sissy.
That's technically another one, but I don't.
So the other world championship
Not true. It
feud
wasn't proven, but never mind.
is Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and then this past Monday, CM Punk's like intertwined in all this, but he's injured.
Do you know who CM Punk is?
Yeah, he went UFC, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Got his ass kicked twice, but
Yeah.
hell of an effort. Thank you, Phil. Good job, but still, just God.
No.
But could probably still beat the shit out of anybody in WWE now because he has official training. So
Yes.
that's kind of
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he's involved now. They let him loose on Monday and let him talk.
Nice. 'Cause
He said
was-
bitch ass on USA, which was so impressive. And they didn't.
Didn't
bleep
they
it.
just drop? Didn't The Rock just drop an F-bomb too?
He did, so they bleeped that because
Yeah.
They did not bleep it on the Hulu broadcast that I watched.
No,
the
they
next
didn't.
Day.
No,
It was
and
great.
I actually saw a video on TikTok. The only fucking social media I have of some it's great of like the live crowd reaction to it too.
Yeah.
People were losing their shit.
Because
I just
if
wish
I'm-
The Rock would say more than just, "Oh, what are you gonna do, boy? What are you gonna do, boy? Look at you, boy."
they're gonna.
So
Do you
there's
think
He's
that,
playing the final boss. He's
so
gotta be the big
WWF
guy.
is gonna go to like
He's poppy.
a darker,
He's got
like
five. He's got
a
five
more
lines.
adult thing. 'Cause
They're there
getting-
now. They're
They're
there
going
now.
to Netflix, correct?
So Raw's going to Netflix, I believe, at some point to the actual.
So they'll be able to
yeah.
say whatever they want at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be so kid friendly.
No.
Attitude
And
Era.
I think it's going to be.
Well, they can find.
I actually think it'll be good for them.
You can't. So the new age is like you can't pigeonhole yourself in just one thing. The reason why WWE is doing so well right now is because they have those kind of segments. They're
Yep.
getting more edgy, but they still have the comedy segments with R-Truth,
Yep.
where kids can watch it and go, "That was really funny." Like I could show my kids that. But the parents get a little bit of a warning. Okay, CM Punk's coming out. Maybe we have you go to bed or something like that because this is going to get a little different. Or you save it till like 10 o'clock hour. I don't know if Netflix is going to do the same thing as far as
Just
the
don't
time
ever
frame.
bring Doink the Clown back.
Oh, he's done. He's done.
God, that was the horriblest thing I've ever seen. I hate clowns. I'm sorry.
Early to mid 90s WWE was tough for all of us.
Freaking clowns.
Watching it back because I made it like a point to watch every single Raw ever, which was dumb.
Why would you do that?
Because I had the option to do it. I was like, holy shit, WWE Network. I'm going to watch all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's great. I stopped in 2001 because I'm like, man, I'm fucking tired.
You made it through the bad days.
I did.
Yeah.
I watched all the bullshit
You
in
made-
the early
you made it
90s,
through
the
the
mid
bad
90s.
days.
Attitude Era was fun. Then after that, I was like, okay,
You want to do the same thing with Nitro?
Fuck no.
You want to start the mall?
Good God.
You want to start the mall and then
No. Mm-mm.
get into 1999?
But there's that. There's a couple women's feuds that are pretty good. Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch is a good one.
That's her book you're reading, Becky
Yes.
Lynch?
Yeah.
Is it out?
It's out. Yeah, it came out yesterday
got it
on
for
my
your
birthday, and
birthday.
I've had it ordered. My wife as a gift has had it ordered for me since the day it was announced.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I haven't read something non-work related, because even when I was doing before, like I had to read for that. I had to write stories, do all that stuff for that too, and a long time. I'm gonna get that book
Yeah,
just
like
because I want to read it.
I only got a chance to touch 6 pages last night, just because everything
It's
going
almost
on.
like you have like a family and you work
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
But I was usually when I first start a book, reading puts me to sleep pretty quickly.
Right.
I was ready to just start going through the whole book. That's how captured I was by just the beginning. And I know that she's got a lot more to reveal. I feel like she's going to be very vulnerable in this book. And she's already talked today or over this book tour about how she didn't like some of the stuff that she did on social media when she was feuding with Charlotte Flair and some of those other top people. And she ruined relationships that Rebecca Quinn, her real name, that person wouldn't actually do, but something, she couldn't get Rebecca Quinn to stop herself from doing that.
And that was one of the steps she had to take to the price of being a main eventer, right? Or getting to the main event. That's kind of where she went. I'm looking forward to Ronda Rousey's book. That will be out. That will be out on April 4th. How
is she in wrestling, by the way?
So
She was good, but she's retired.
so she had two different runs.
Yeah, okay. I just watched.
She's weird though,
Right.
like because she lost her last match, which is like a theme for her. She loses, then she just quits.
Yeah.
But I mean, nevertheless.
So basically, she had two different runs. The first run, she had a phenomenal performance in a WrestleMania tag match with Kurt Angle, and Becky talked about this.
Yep.
Kurt Angle, Triple H, Stephanie was involved, and it was heavily, pro wrestling booked. But she looked great, and
Because she had
People-
Rowdy Piper's shirt on, correct?
yeah,
She actually, that was one of the things before he passed.
Yeah.
She had taught him about using the nickname.
Yeah.
Rowdy Ronda Rousey is her thing, and he gave her the okay and gave her the jacket.
And back in the day,
Yeah.
I love Rowdy Piper. By the way.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He was one of the best.
Yeah.
if you like Piper, then CM Punk
You
would be
would
right up
love-
your alley.
Like YouTube, like CM Punk
He's like
hype
the heel
bombs.
you root for, then.
Yes,
He's kind of like
Yeah.
the
You could
Steve
say he's
Austin
like
tweener type guy, where
He's
it's like
an anti-hero, more or less.
exactly,
yeah.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
you'll love CM Punk.
It's
That's why I
worth
love
it's
Bennett.
worth going down 20 minutes on like a YouTube video and watching him do like his best stuff because it's fucking great.
Well, it's funny to me they make Ronda Rousey lose because I'm pretty sure she could whoop any
Oh,
dude's ass in there.
everybody.
Like,
Yeah.
She could literally beat
Everybody.
anybody's ass in
Look
there.
at Triple H. He's 6'2", whatever, almost 300 pounds, and she fucking body flips him and just beats his head. Like, holy shit.
But her first run, she didn't lose really to anybody.
No.
In her
No.
first run, then she went and she had a baby, and then the second run failed
Yeah.
because they assumed she knew how to wrestle, and nobody really taught her how to wrestle, and she didn't really take things too seriously. She let the crowd get to her, and it just didn't turn out. Oh, and she hates Vince.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Well, she doesn't like
well, I
Triple
mean,
H
I
either.
hate him too now, but
Oh, God.
I
She
think
just...
anyone with a conscience probably
Yeah.
hates Vince.
I want to read Becky's book first, but I will be probably getting hers as well,
Well,
just because I
I'm
just
sure
want to. Yeah, just
I'm
holy
sure I will too. I mean,
shit.
but,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if
Ronda
you
was
tried
not-
anything with her, I guarantee you she was like, I'll whoop your ass too.
Well, you know who her husband is, right?
No.
UFC fighter. as
Travis
well.
Brown, yeah.
Yeah.
He fought in the UFC too. Like he just, yeah.
Ain't
it's-
no one breaking into that house.
No, well,
And,
yeah.
Well,
and
Holly
making it out.
Holm. Holly Holm might debate you.
One
now.
right now is kicked to the chin. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
is she dating also a UFC fighter?
Holly Holm, I don't know, probably.
Might be. Could be. I mean, you have something there.
I mean, that is the definition of a power couple if I've ever heard of it, dude.
Yeah, you want to put it that way. Let me just say this. I just hope when we get to WrestleMania, this is it. I've had enough of the Bloodline. I've had enough. If this leads to Roman losing the championship to Cody and they do a whole breakup angle over the next year, fine. But I cannot do another year of Roman as the world champion. I have found myself over the last week not really hating the Bloodline.
It's just like
I don't care.
it's Mark Jackson. Like, you know.
I don't
Wow.
I don't care about the Bloodline.
Let me go Owen Wilson there. I don't know why I did that, but sure. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Wow.
I don't care about the Bloodline. When I see Solo on my television, I actually want to change the channel.
Yeah.
He hates Solo
I
with a passion.
because he reminds me of everything that's wrong with the Bloodline. No development over the last year.
Nope.
None.
That's the biggest problem with Roman too. Like we kind of mentioned before, is like being stagnant in his character. Like all these other guys are doing all this talking, and like Cody is cutting these crazy promos when he actually gets to go a little bit more in passion.
Yep.
The one from Raw a couple weeks ago, I told Double A was kind of iffy about it. I fucking loved it.
I love
Yeah.
the promo he did this week. I love the promo he did.
You
this
like that
week.
one better?
I do.
The pure white meat baby face. Everyone pointed the thigh with me. Like I'm glad Rock interrupted him because that was a little bit too.
No,
much for me at
I
that
mean I
point.
liked how it all turned out, but
At the end of the day, it was a great set because it ended up
Correct.
being a great,
Yeah, yeah.
piece it all together. But it was really for him to like turn the switch off like that so much to go from like telling Dwayne Johnson he has little dick syndrome
Yeah.
to
Yeah. That one. Like I was
to
just like,
everyone
like
everyone pointed the thigh with me. The
you
point-
know a
Wait.
promo's good like when you just got like the whoa
He-
the
yeah.
whole time
when, when
everything.
Cody wears the black suit, apparently that's when
the black suit.
it's like a funeral type thing where he's about to just kill somebody because it's he did that I guess with like the Bullet Club too in Japan or something like that or whatever, like when he was a heel
By the way,
when he wore dark clothes or dark suits. It
Yeah.
was like, oh, shit.
Every time he mentions the Bullet Club, no pop.
Because no one knows who the fuck they are.
Yeah, no pop.
In
No.
Japan, they're really over. In AEW, not really over. But
No.
yeah,
By the way, Kevin, we do the best we can. I try to give
You try.
AEW the benefit. He hates AEW. I try
don't-
to give AEW the benefit of the
I
doubt,
don't hate AEW. I hate the
but they
fact they're
fall
run by
short
children.
in every expectation.
They're run by people that aren't trained and have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
What they believe they do know what they're doing.
Then they just had one of the greatest characters ever from wrestling. He was in AEW. Sting retired in that, didn't he?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And they managed him really fucking well. I'm like
Yeah.
throwing a 65-year-old man through flaming tables and all this bullshit. It could be a show in Southern Ohio in front of 10 people,
that's
and
true.
it would be the same kind of reaction you get from me. I don't know.
I mean, to me, AEW, like, I haven't been able to get into it because it's just too faction based. Like, there's too many factions,
Yeah.
and like not like MJF is the leader of that, and like a guy that I would
well,
you like to.
I've been hearing some things.
been hearing some things.
So the Raw after WrestleMania, there's apparently supposed to be a planned 7 with Cody and Michael Cole. Triple H is apparently supposed to come out and talk about a new signing. I'm crossing my fucking fingers he gets out of there. Before it gets to the point where it's like you're the only one here that's actually talented.
Yeah.
He can go to WWE and
Is that like the minor leagues?
essentially
So
they're number 2.
You're not gonna get the A game from these guys because they
You-
are the young. This is where they're
Well,
supposed
they'll
to.
pay people like they're getting the A game for.
They're
it.
they're
Well, good. I
they're,
mean,
they're doing what WCW did
Yeah.
when they got money in the 90s.
but
they
the
are
problem is, but the ratings aren't doing anything different.
They're signing high. There was a New York Post article that we talked about on the show last week, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, WWE's missing out on big free agents.
AEW's ratings have gone down since Ospreay and Mercedes Moné signed.
Sasha Banks is with AEW.
Women's
and
wrestler, really popular in WWE, left because she didn't feel she was appreciated. Didn't really do much of anything as far as like getting over anywhere else. They signed her to the richest women's contract in the history of wrestling, over $10 million over multiple years, and their ratings did this.
And Kyle, what is her weak point as a professional wrestler?
Promos.
So what did AEW have her do the first
Cut
2
a
weeks?
fucking long promo in the middle of the ring, run by petulant fucking children. I swear to God.
Who's the greatest female wrestler?
We actually just talked about her Mount Rushmores. Yeah.
Yeah,
I literally just before I came in, I talked
Well,
about
so-
the guys, like the top 5 greatest, not your favorite, but who are the greatest male wrestlers?
So who do you think is the greatest women's wrestler?
The China. I don't
He
know.
doesn't.
I don't know.
China?
I remember
That's not a bad guess.
well, China was the first one to really get it going. If I'm guessing, right?
His time, he doesn't really have that many options.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
actually
it was
not a
kind of
good
tough.
question.
Yeah. They were all
Girls
good.
wrestling was not. I don't even think it was a thing.
It was
really.
a thing, but it was like a Vince thing, and it was
Yeah.
not so much a thing.
Yeah.
It kind of all started like way back, like with Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young. Those ones, they built it up then. Same era for like China as like Alundra Blaze and Bull Nakano, who was going into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. You get a lot more people like in the Trish, Lita.
Yeah.
You know, you get Charlotte's another name that pops up because she's won
14
championships.
Charlotte
Daddy or
Flair.
14?
Yeah.
Daddy won 16, so she's pretty damn close already, and she's still going. So it's insane.
Yeah.
And again,
Right.
like that's wrestling family royalty that you're talking about.
Right.
Oh fuck yeah,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane. I mean, it's honestly one
And
of
she
the.
started wrestling because of her brother's death, if I'm
Yes.
correct.
Yeah,
She-
You're 100% right.
I think she was still planning on doing it, but they were going to do it together.
yeah.
And the fact that he passed
She
Yeah.
just
took it
motivated
on.
her to go even more.
Because she was huge into volleyball.
Yeah.
Like, and she was a really
she was a
good
college volleyball player. I think,
Yeah,
right?
she was
Yeah.
a really good
Yeah.
volleyball player.
Like she could have. I don't know about
Yeah.
the Olympics, but I mean, she probably could have.
She's
Right.
built for volleyball
She stays on that
right
pass.
now.
Well, fuck yeah.
Well,
she's-
now they have the professional volleyball league too. Like, you know,
If
what?
only WWE had an off season.
yeah, there is no off season.
Where's
that.
her Caitlin Clark deal to go play for the?
Yeah, I was going to
Right.
say, is it too late for Charlotte to get an NIL deal?
I mean, I think she's got more money than an NIL
Oh,
deal.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, cricket pays her a lot too. Her and Bianca are getting paid
Yeah.
off of that big time. Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know, like the greatest of all time. We talked about like yours, Mount Rushmore for women was Trish, Lita, Becky Lynch, and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Mine was Bianca, just because of what she means.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I had Lita. I didn't have Trish on there.
Mm.
I felt like I told Double A, for me, my Mount Rushmores are more about people that like influenced more people.
Yeah.
I think Trish, her story is awesome, and it's like close. It's not like she's like all the way down this list. But like Lita, when people talk about like, I watched her and that's why I got into wrestling. That's what I think of when I think
Yeah.
of these people.
You do hear Lita
pop up
more
a
than
lot more than
Trish, and
Trish.
that rivalry, those two that were going at it, like those are the only two that actually like, doing like pro wrestling at that time. Everything else was just,
Yeah.
you know, model search or something like that, like just exploiting women, and you know, the alleged acts of Vince McMahon. Like
It's how Trish started. She was the
Yeah.
valet for Test and whatever and all that stuff, and she
Yeah.
was wearing the skimpy
Test and
clothing. and-
Albert.
yeah. God.
TNA. That was the
That guy
name
had
of the
more
tag
hair
team.
than a grizzly bear. I could not believe how hair that dude was. It was insane.
Seems like the women's like their top 5 or whatever is a lot harder to find out than like the guys.
Even the guys is kind of tough now too, because
Yeah.
people are
Well-
throwing Roman in this mix now because of his championship reign, and
we were doing the top 5 of me and my buddy, and I said it would been like Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, John Cena,
Mhm.
Stone Cold, and The Rock.
It's not a bad list.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, first off, this current run is going to completely remove Roman from this conversation ever.
He wasn't either one of
unless-
our Mount Rushmores, honestly. Not
Yeah,
yet.
I wouldn't
he
put him
was-
on mine.
No, not
'Cause
yet.
these are like when I say this, like I was talking to my friend, I'm like, it's the accumulation of like how good are you in the ring, how good are you on the mic, and what did you do for your sport?
Correct.
Like Hulk took wrestling to a whole new stratosphere. Same with Stone Cold, but what Stone Cold did sales wise, he did almost in like 3 years what Hulk Hogan did in like 40.
Yeah.
he
He
killed
is
it.
like
And-
insanely better
and
than
Stone
people.
Cold flat out turned around the fortunes of a company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he literally might be the greatest wrestler there ever was.
And the fact that he did it in a short time,
He really didn't wrestle for that long.
Yeah.
like in a
That's what I'm
really
saying.
short
At
time.
least in that last run with WWE where he was a
Yeah.
full-time performer.
He was
It
like the Sandy Koufax
yeah.
of wrestling.
Fuck.
Yeah, and him and Rock, not counting everything Rock has
All
done
the times Rock comes back.
when he's come back, but just him and Rock being at the top, neck and neck for a 4-year period.
Yeah.
Like to have that much of an impact in 4 years, it is incredible. It really is.
One other guy I threw in there that sometimes gets mentioned, sometimes doesn't, is Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were saying, so he said
One
he's
of the
like,
guys where
he wanted to go John Cena, Shawn Michaels are the guy
Yeah.
you could throw in and out. So Cena's won 1,000,000 championships and everything, but Shawn Michaels was huge.
Yeah, I think mine was Steve Austin, Cena, Shawn, and Ric Flair.
Yeah, you have Ric Flair. in
And
there.
like the Rock's close. Like these guys are all super fucking close. If
Yeah.
if he's not at the top of the mountain, he's like on the side of it.
and
just
then
hanging
we
out,
didn't
like,
even we didn't even mention the Undertaker,
Yeah,
who would
I
be
said
right
it.
there as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Undertaker would be there.
Randy Savage was a
Savage,
huge one.
Piper.
Bruno
Um,
Sammartino's a name that doesn't get bring up enough, but that guy he literally carried a company for over a decade because
Yep.
he was champion for.
Oh,
like,
I'll
decade.
still go back and watch Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I hear that dude's
Ooh,
name.
yeah.
The cream of the crop. It's like the
He
greatest
plucked-
ever, dude.
He plucked my favorite childhood snack, so hey, I'll take it.
Peeps.
Exactly. Yeah, that's.
You guys are all younger than me, if I'm correct. Unfortunately,
I am 75 years old.
That's a lie. You're lying. You're a liar.
100%.
But how old are you? Because you were born in
30.
what, 30?
I was born in '92.
92,
I just turned 33.
and you are.
I'm 29.
Yeah, so you guys didn't get to see like what me and Peter watched as a kid. Like grew up Jake the Snake,
Oh yeah.
Hulk Hogan,
Jake the Snake still under contract with AEW,
See-
by the way.
see-
Doing absolutely fucking nothing.
We saw those guys
when they were
at their
old.
older age at WCW.
Yeah,
Yes.
and NW. See, that's why I
Yeah.
said when I was a kid, I loved them.
So
And then
Mhm.
someone killed me almost when they told me it was fake because I was a Hulkamaniac, like the biggest Hulkamaniac you ever. I had the wrestling buddy, loved them, and they're like, "Yeah, it's not real." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I was just a kid, dude. I'm like, "No,
It's
You just told me
choreographed
my hero
athleticism.
isn't really winning."
Felt fucking
He's-
real when I
it's just
trained for 3
picked."
months. That's for damn sure.
And it hurt so bad. I just stopped watching for like years and years. And then I was telling Double A, it was Goldberg that actually brought me back.
Mm.
I absolutely love when that dude speared people. And I was
drop
still,
them on their head,
my
drop
anger
them.
at Hulk Hogan being fake and then becoming a bad guy. I'm like, you spear that son of a bitch as hard as you can.
We're having fun. I hate to give you homework, but the guy I need to watch do spears now is Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
This dude fucking kills people.
So yeah, I love
He
that.
breaks them in.
I like
my
playing
God.
football.
Steiner kid.
Dude.
Remember the Steiners?
Yeah, that dude was
Yeah,
scary,
that's his son.
man.
Yeah.
That's his son.
That's Rick Steiner's kid, and it's
Yikes.
Scott's nephew. This
That's
dude,
the guy that do the.
yeah,
and
that's
then
it's
kisses
his nephew.
Brock.
It's his
His
nephew.
nephew.
And he'd wear metal chains on his head.
He,
Yeah.
he runs the ropes. We talk about like 40-yard dashes and all that stuff. He had 24 miles an hour in the ring. This dude is a fucking freak. Like it
Braun
is
Breaker
insane.
has a chance to be in the Mount Rushmore when it's all said
'Cause
and
he can
done.
talk too.
Yes.
Like he is that good. Actually, this is a good question. At what age did you find out you know it's
Don't say it.
you know it's
Don't say it.
you know it's scripted, right?
Better.
Kevin, what age did you find out?
Well, see, my parents didn't actually let me watch wrestling growing up. I knew what was going on. My friends had the action figures. We were always like playing and stuff. I would see stuff on their TVs, but at home I wasn't allowed to watch. So I kind of caught on late to wrestling from where my friends were, but I think it's been since like the early 2000s since I've been doing this and been a big fan. When WWE Network came out, I made sure to go back and watch everything as much as I could.
You had my syndrome where I was like, yeah, I just want
Yes.
to see all this shit. I want to,
But,
because
like-
I can now. This is great. I can go back to the 70s and 80s and watch everything. And
Because I knew that there was people that knew pro wrestling more than I did, and I wanted to make sure that I was well educated when I talked about it. So like, if people heard that I was a fan, oh, like you started at this age, like you're not an actual fan. No, like I've done the homework to be a fan, and like, so I guess I found out a few years into fandom because WWE Network, the whole thing was all of these behind the scenes, very open about how it's scripted. It's the F word in terms of pro wrestling. But look, I would love to see people that come up to me and say like, "Why are you a pro wrestling fan? You know that it's scripted, right?"
Why do you watch Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah,
and
Like,
they
what
give
the
you,
fuck?
and they give you the tone too. It's like
I want you guys to
you
defend
you
it,
do
too.
know, you do know.
Yeah, it's
So here's the big thing. Like, honestly, like it's hard for me to watch it because movies are movies, right? This is like sports more than it is to a movie to me.
Right.
And it's like watching the NFL. If it was scripted, no one would watch it.
But the
you know?
thing is, though, you
And
don't know.
I just want you guys a chance to defend it. People that say that.
Well, so you don't know. It may be scripted, but you don't know what the script says.
Yeah.
So lose yourself in it.
Because
You have to be able to tell yourself, okay, you know what? I need to look at this like I'm watching a movie, like I'm watching a sporting event where
it's like going to the circus and you're watching the trapeze guys that are doing things that are like flipping and so all that's scripted. It is a sport. It takes talent. I'd say I think that most of the things you guys do love, and I'm guessing, is the promotional cuts. It's the shit talking between each other.
Yep.
It's the drama that gets you.
Well, yeah,
hooked.
and that's
it's the
so
story.
much more outside of the
It's
ring.
the story. And one of the reasons why we criticize AEW a ton is because they have people who score their matches and say they're like 8-star matches, but there's no story behind the match.
Yeah.
You can't
because
just
I
put.
see it. Yeah,
You
those
can't
dudes are
just
jumping
put,
off there doing double flips.
Yeah, you're doing
and body slamming.
You're
people.
doing double flips. You're doing all this stuff, and there's no story. There's no
Can't
reason.
invest.
There's no
see
reason
better
to
storytelling
invest.
from Helen Keller at the RNC than I did from watching these guys do stuff on it. It's
One of-
unbelievable.
One of the worst. Right.
He's looking at me like you're the one that's learning here tonight.
One of the greatest wrestling events ever, but technically sound a terrible match, was Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's technically sound. It's a terrible match.
That's just tough to watch. The
But-
match itself, yeah.
But the story, the build up,
Can he pick him up?
can he pick him up, deliver that leg drop, like the whole build to it and the lead up to it, and what Andre the Giant, what he was leading up to that point, and and essentially the real passing of the torch at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
That is what professional wrestling's about.
Yes.
Like you want to ask when I found out. I don't know how old I was. Whenever one of the greatest WrestleManias is when the one Hulk Hogan versus Randy Savage.
Mhm.
I don't know which one it was. I don't know what year.
Was that 9?
Because I
4.
was it 4? 4, okay.
The mega powers explode.
There-
Yeah.
and if
yeah.
I'm correct, they were basically feuding over what's her name,
The
Elizabeth?
treatment of Miss Elizabeth.
Elizabeth,
Savage.
and that was the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Randy
And
thought
they
that
put on a
Hogan was
show.
looking
It's
at,
relatable. Two best friends
Right.
fighting over a girl.
It's the oldest story in the book. I
Fuck.
mean,
The other thing is, I would love the people that come up to you with that tone, like you know that pro wrestling is. I would love to see them take a bump and run the ropes once. Like the amount of physical athleticism, conditioning that you need for pro wrestling to pull off all of these stunts. Like that's what people don't always understand, but what WWE tried to do when they started to open that door of, yes, this is scripted, this is why it's still spectacular, trying to give you that story, like the real
watch
story.
Rey Mysterio and tell me I didn't take skill. That would.
He's still going.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's still
And is he
he's-
still jumping off the top? Like that
He's-
dude would run, like flip,
Yep.
hit the top rope,
Yep.
spring off the top rope,
Yep.
somehow grab you with his legs, and then fling around, and you would flip over.
Would you believe that he's in better shape now than he's ever been? And his son Dominic is also wrestling.
That's insane.
And
Does
it's-
he still wear is it the luchador mask?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Ray does. His
Ray
son
I
does.
remember
does
when they
not.
finally took the mask off.
Hmm.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
And then WWE said, "That's kind of stupid. We're putting the mask back on."
Yeah.
yeah. But
But
class-
that was the story: is you wanted to see him take his
I could
mask.
use
When's it
I could
gonna
use his son wearing a mask. But
I could use you wearing a mask.
Dirty Dominic Mysterio. So Ray's son, they had a big match last year between the two of them, father versus son.
Really?
Yeah. Dom, when he goes into an arena, will get booed out louder than anyone you've ever heard before. People hate him.
Can't even
The
talk.
son?
Can't even talk. If he tries to do a promo, they boo him. You can't hear him talk in the microphone. That's how loud it is.
Why?
Because he's a
Beats-
bad son.
Beats fucking me at this point.
He's a
Like,
terrible.
I don't
he's a
even know
terrible
anymore why.
He's a terrible
People love Ray
child.
that much? I mean, I love Ray.
Does
but
he
not
beat
that
up his
much.
dad?
Yes, he's a
The
terrible.
hell with that?
uncle.
His
He is a
dad
terrible.
was beating his son. I feel bad for the kid. He was just standing up
Jay
for
says you're a
himself.
terrible father, Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
That's
what's your
exactly
problem?
what Dom said.
Get your shit
As a
together.
father, you should have said, "No, I can't fight my son.
His-
I am the
He did.
adult
No,
in the
he
room."
So that was
did.
actually part of it. He actually didn't hit him
And then
until
he-
like 2 weeks before WrestleMania
Yeah.
last year, and then he snapped because Dominic went over to his mom, who was at one of the shows, and basically talked shit to her. I don't know if he pushed her or something like that, did something, and then Ray snapped.
All right, I take it
I think he
back. The
slapped
kid's a
her.
douche.
And-
You can't be pushing your mom.
And to go back a little bit further, he was not invited to the holiday festivities. I believe it was Thanksgiving.
They filmed like at the house of the Mysterios, where Dom shows up with Rhea Ripley, and they do. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be. He beat the hell out of Ray in his house.
Yeah.
Like then it
They
then
did it again at Christmas.
But then
He
Dom
got arrested.
Dom got arrested and went to county jail for about 20 minutes in storyline,
Nice.
and now he's this convicted hard felon.
Yeah,
That's
they,
so
they
gimmick.
they wrote.
So
I
they're
think,
just making him the bad guy.
He's
I-
making it pretty fucking
but-
easy. He
but
plays
the
it
thing
great.
is,
But
if
that's
you're
how-
getting booed that loud,
But
you're
that's
doing
how-
something
He
right.
got
Yes.
he got fingerprinted and said, "I did hard times. You don't understand."
but it's stuff.
Dude.
It's those kind of storylines that we're talking about. Those stories that you start to invest in. As much as you now know, and everybody's open about it being scripted and stuff, it still grabs you. It still catches you, just like your favorite show on TV or your favorite movie does. That's what's great. And a guy like Dominic Mysterio, yeah, he can be booed all the time, but he's going to stick around because he's getting a reaction. If you get no reaction, that is the worst thing in professional wrestling.
You want something? Boos, cheers, yeah.
But
So Howard
WWE
Stern's
is.
listeners. Half his listeners loved him. The other half hated him. But
Yeah.
they all listened.
Exactly.
One WWE
John
is John Cena. We let's go Cena. Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. He was one of the most polarizing superstars of all time, and never did a heel turn.
He was going to.
He was going to. Yes, he has
So-
told that story.
So after the first match with The Rock back at WrestleMania 28, there was a plan to turn John Cena bad, essentially. They just now released like all the song he was going to come out to and everything and all that.
Yeah, and Cena's talked about it a lot in interviews recently.
I told Double A too, I'm glad he didn't do it. Just because he needed to go through that stretch because now he's appreciated.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, there's no booing, there's no.
What about who's that? Kurt Angle. I'm sorry. I don't like that dude, and I don't know why. But he annoys me immediately.
He's a
dude.
goofy kind of dude. He's a little
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
He-
it's
he-
just-
Why is it I don't like Kurt Angle, and I've never watched him wrestle?
if you watched him wrestle, then you probably would like him.
Yeah.
I mean,
'Cause
he
he's-
was an
he's
Olympic
damn
wrestler.
good.
Actually,
He's one of
that's
those
probably
guys.
why.
He's for real too. Yeah, like he can
Yeah.
twist into a
But
freaking pretzel.
there are
But yeah.
times where he's very, very
It's-
annoying
Douchey.
as a character. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like gullible
He,
all-American boy type thing. Yeah.
yeah, I think
He
it's 'cause
said he wanted
wears
to
his
ha-
stupid wrestling outfit all the time annoys me.
He said he wanted to have raw sex with Booker T's wife.
All right. I mean,
Oh man,
Now you transition out of that.
good luck.
And we don't do
Booker
commercials
T, he
here.
was a great wrestler too
Yeah.
for WCW. I
Five
remember
time,
him.
five time. Doing that before Cena was.
What did he used to do? He had a move that was really cool. I can't remember it.
Scissor
though.
kick, spinaroonie.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
spinaroonie.
yeah.
Spinaroonie.
Spinaroonie where he spins in the ring and does
Yeah.
The after show
Transition.
stuff where like it was like, I think it was Taker and
Back angle,
Vince
sorry.
McMahon. Like they got like everybody. They were trying to get Undertaker to do the spinaroonie when he was the American Badass. Like some of those like after show things in that era. Like those are some.
Did you guys like when the Undertaker became the biker guy? I didn't.
He needed a. So he kind of went. Did you talk about the first time?
Sure.
Yeah. So he's doing
Yeah.
it. He's doing it again now because he kind of retired the
Mhm.
Undertaker gimmick. He's now just kind of himself. But the biker is him.
He is a
Essentially.
biker though.
Yeah.
That's his thing. Like he likes
Yeah.
to ride Harleys, motorcycles.
See,
he
I
likes
grew
to
up
do
with
the,
Paul Bearer, that creepy little guy who went
Yeah.
around with them, and I remember
Yeah.
him coming to Cassie, popping up alive. Like, dude, I used to love that dude.
I mean,
Greatest-
it
He
was
legitimately scared me as
Oh,
a
yeah.
child, dude.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
one thing early on with the Undertaker and like his slow demeanor and slow walk, but once
that
once
creepy
Mark
dark
got old
hat.
and that long ass walk to
Yeah.
the ring,
We talked about this
Yeah.
with Roman now. Roman's giving Undertaker a run for his money.
Yeah, he
entrances.
is.
He takes
Yeah, he is.
forever to get down there, and
My
he's 37.
My schedule usually has me like starting late on pay-per-views, stuff like that. When that comes on, or if I have to like catch up on Raw, I know that I can zoom through Roman's thing until I actually see a mic in his hand.
Yeah.
Once Paul actually hands the mic to him, and even then, you have to wait a few minutes because he just.
Yeah.
Who is the greatest entrance there ever was? Like when you
right,
heard-
right now, Hollywood
No,
Rock.
ever. Like
No,
when you
I
heard.
was gonna say right
Pretty
now,
good.
his
Yeah.
entrance is
The
up
Rock's
there.
new entrance.
The
is
Rock's
His new
fantastic,
entrance
yeah.
the last couple weeks is up there.
Yeah.
Cody's is pretty good too. Just for the fan interaction, everyone gets on their seat and does the thing, and it's a whole thing.
Honestly, I don't know if this is like an overall popular vote, but for me personally, Rey Mysterio's early entrance
when he came out of the
back,
stage and jumped out,
that was sick to me.
Oh,
I
that was-
love that.
I
I
was like,
love
holy
it.
shit, he can jump like that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
It's like, up comes out this guy.
Yeah,
as
because they
he
definitely
rolls.
got better. Like I remember the Hulk Hogan be like, da-na, da-na. Like that
Yeah.
corny shit had to go, dude. That was
Yeah.
horrible.
That's kind of started with NXT though. Like I would think like some of these bigger like production level entrances of what era we're in now. Like I know Cody went off and did his own thing, but like that was kind of started by Triple H and NXT because
Yeah.
like there was just like this Hollywood Broadway type element to everybody's
NXT
or like the
is
top.
that,
Development. That's the actual developmental for WWE.
Yes.
That AEW is competing against
Yeah.
and saying, "Oh, we're beating them. They're the developmental. You guys are supposed to be the main show." Like, that's the thing that always like loses me with them too. It's like,
Yeah.
you're talking about beating guys at a show that doesn't have anybody on it.
Right.
You have Chris Jericho, you have Dean Ambrose, you have all these guys that are there. These top tier guys you're paying millions and millions.
oh,
They're paying
one of
nobody
my
nothing.
favorite things. I love Jericho's. You just made the list. It's-
Oh, that was-
I'll use that
that
all
was-
the
He's
time.
That
upset
was-
with that. Like he's not happy about that last run because he wanted to be the main event of WrestleMania with Kevin Owens.
Mm.
That story should have been the main event.
It should have
He's
been.
right.
Yeah.
He,
It should have been
Someone
Was
made
that
his
Roman
list
again?
then.
Was that Roman?
Well, Goldberg won the championship from KO,
Yeah.
and then
Well, I'm
he
thinking
faced
who was main event in that WrestleMania? It was like
Roman.
Roman.
I think
like
that was Roman Taker.
It wasn't the women's.
No.
No,
event.
That was the next year.
But that got the reason why, like I guess this 2-day WrestleMania thing is now working. Like they did it in COVID to keep the superstars separated, and they like filmed a bunch of stuff. But like now doing that, like now they can have as many of the matches that they had because when the women were the main event of that WrestleMania, Kofi Mania had taken over, and like I loved seeing Kofi win the championship. The crowd fizzled more and more. I know you were there, wasn't that?
So let me share that.
I just appreciate you putting your hand up first.
No, because
it's his fucking show. Just talk.
no. So
That's how my wife and I talk to each other. We raise our
You gotta appreciate manners in the household. You know, it's just,
so that match happened around 9:00, and that the build up was unreal.
Yeah.
The main event happened after midnight.
Yes.
The moment that Becky won the championship, like literally 3, we sprinted out of the stadium. Beat the rain, too. Like, we beat out the rain. Like, it was pouring rain once we got to our vehicles. But that was a long day. It
Yeah.
was a really long day.
Yeah. So they kept the 2 days because now they can have the same amount of, even more so on the card, but now they have 2 days to fit everything in, and they're not going late into the night because that
doing a
started
7-hour show. It
that
got too
started to
much.
become a
And that show at Mania 35, the kickoff, the pre-show, started at 5:00.
Yep.
So we went in a little bit
7
after.
hours.
We went in a little bit after 5:30. That's what 6.5 hours of wrestling.
Would you watch a 7-hour Super Bowl? Probably not. I think you
Yeah.
probably get a couple hours in and be like, man, I need to take a break. Like
Yeah.
this is
Most people would.
how many overtimes would it take to get to 7
Well,
hours?
this
of the
past
Super
year
Bowl?
tested that theory.
Well,
So you
shit.
gotta understand. On Sunday, I literally, when they play in England and they start at 9, I watch football from 9 a.m. till like pass out. I'll watch it all day long.
More people watch football than wrestling too, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But no, it's
That's why I was like,
I don't
you
watch
want
that
my
many of those
answers.
London games.
No.
But
I watched the Toy Story game. I gave that a try.
the Nickelodeon games.
Well, Disney Plus did a Toy
Oh, they did. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did.
where
They
like
did.
the whole
They
thing
did.
was they had some technical issues at the beginning, but actually worked out pretty good.
They usually did.
Kevin's 12. I didn't know if you guys knew that.
So am I. So
No, he's like
half
you're
the
like,
stuff I said.
You're
you
the
did
bad 12-year-old, and he's the Disney
Look,
12-year-old.
okay, I've
He
admitted.
had cable.
I admitted it. I'll admit it till the day
Yeah.
You know what?
Here,
I'm a bigger fan of Bluey than my kid is.
I
Okay.
ask everyone on our show for a fun topic. You can go anywhere in the world, fully paid for.
Disney World. All
I'm
the
like, you
Disneys
gotta be
around the world.
Freaking kidding me!
All the
I
Disney
didn't know I was
parks.
doing a show with a 12-year-old.
Hey man.
Speaking of
Youngstown,
Ohio,
Ohio.
We're over here like I want to go to New Zealand
know,
and
I really
Hawaii
vacation.
or Bora Bora. He's like,
I really want to hear Jay go down this list of WrestleMania card things and pick them because
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get the expert on these.
you
and
get
you
the
guys
card
got to
pulled up?
let me know how many I got right and how I got
Really
wrong.
quick.
We
too,
can't
so
tell
guys,
you that.
So you guys know too. Speaking about 12-year-olds, I found out when it was not real when I was 12. When I pedigreed a kid at my Bethany Lutheran in Parma off Broadview, they had summer camp.
Mhm.
I was there. We were playing. We had the wrestling figures and all that stuff too. And I did
Mhm.
the move to him. My dad beat me after that and basically said, "That's real. That shit's fake." And it kind of broke my heart. But I still watched it. But it was
Yeah.
like, that's when I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling either after that because now it's.
Yeah.
And the kid obviously cried because we were both 12. I mean, it was like.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Christmas. I'm sorry. All right, here.
Let's get to that card, yeah, because we gotta get these guys home. Because I appreciate you guys stopping out too. It's
I just
way
want to know how
solid.
many I get right and wrong. When this
we'll
is all
tell you.
said
Yeah,
and done.
I-
When it's
tell
all
you.
said
I've
and
just been
done.
waiting to hear
I'm gonna
this.
keep
this
the
whole-
tally, yeah, so we can. Here, hold on.
Tally ho.
By the way, guys, I'm raising my kid right because I'm able to get him to go to sleep. He loves Seth Rollins' theme song. Like when he's awake and I'm singing it, he is smiling ear to ear when I need to get him to sleep, and he's crying. He's frustrated. I start singing that, and he just
Is he like?
yeah.
I thought you actually fell asleep on the show for a second. I was like, nice. So you gonna do night one, or how are you gonna break it down?
I'll just go.
Just
from,
matches?
I'll just hit matches. and,
Okay.
I'll get the ones I truly believe you're an expert at. So we'll start. Io Sky versus Bailey.
Bailey,
Now why?
because I like their name better.
Because she's a hugger.
She's a hugger?
She was.
He doesn't think she's gonna come out with the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. I think she is,
I think
she
she
better
is too.
not. She better
Wait.
not.
and she needs to bring back the old song too.
She brings out the
No.
wacky inflatable
One-time
men?
thing,
Here.
baby.
She
One
brings
time.
out one
No.
of them inflatable
She
wacky
did.
guys?
There are multiple.
Yeah.
Have you ever? Do you watch Sunny in Philadelphia?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Dee's new dance move. I just watched that episode the other day.
Bailey is a grown woman. She doesn't need to be doing all that.
She was a
Do
grown woman.
whatever
She was
she
doing it
wants.
before. What are you talking about?
No, she was 12 watching Disney Channel.
She was 25 in NXT.
Watching Disney Channel.
You know what?
Kevin.
I'm
She was doing
33
this.
and I watch Disney Channel. I'm Kevin Arnold, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Dun, 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 dun. Up next, That's So Raven.
Oh.
Ooh, sorry.
Don't worry, Dan Schneider didn't touch that one. We're all set.
Oh,
T. Nick off the
Yikes.
air.
T Nick. Ooh, yeah. Next match.
The grass. Sorry.
Let Drake go.
It's chibi to me, damn it. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch. That's you got the book right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll pick her.
He might be 2 for 2.
He just might.
He might be.
I'm keeping track of these, by the way.
All right. United States Championship. Logan Paul
Logan
versus Randy Orton
Paul. Ooh,
versus Kevin Owens.
I'm still gonna go with Logan Paul because they want to build this kid up.
Yeah, talk about a
He's
dude that
talking
gets,
like he's a fan. Look at that. That's great.
talk about a guy.
I
that
know
gets-
Randy Orton because that dude has the funniest YouTube video that he didn't make, but when people make him randomly RKO people, is a great.
He's
It's hilarious.
And he's still
and they
doing it.
definitely RKO'd Riz when he slipped on the ice. That was one of the best ones. You didn't see that ever?
Oh, I've
You
seen
know what I'm
it.
talking about, where he's walking down the street and he
know.
falls,
I
and
know.
but Randy Orton comes out of nowhere. He's like, BAM!
Talk about a guy in Logan Paul that, yeah, I don't like that he's from Cleveland, and I would boo him just like everybody else, but he gets a crowd reaction, and boy, that raw talent.
I heard he's very, very good. I'm not a Paul Brothers fan,
Yes.
but I
They-
heard
they
he's
gave him a title.
great wrestler.
2 years in the game of championship already. Like he's
He's good.
Yes.
damn good.
And
There-
I bet he could
there are
probably cut a promo pretty
There
good,
are
too.
certain celebrities that, they can, make moves and stuff.
Before we
This guy,
Bad Bunny wasn't bad though.
For the
either.
record, I hope Mike Tyson beats the shit out of his brother, though.
Yeah,
I'm
I kind
praying
of do
for
hate
it.
Jake more than I hate Logan.
I don't.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I don't hate
Yeah.
the Paul brothers.
I mean, I guess I don't
I
hate
can't
him,
stand
but like,
Jake.
I think it's funny.
I think he's a joke to boxing, and that he keeps boxing old MMA
He
fighters.
just fought two professional boxers that are
How old and retired?
none. They were young
I thought they
boxers.
were
yeah,
just
they were
those two
young.
guys.
Yeah, they were young.
But-
He just fought
yeah.
two guys. He was going the
He's
amateur
done
route.
legitimate fights. Yeah.
He did the best. The past two were both
So he's
first
fine.
round
Oh, I don't know.
KOs.
I stopped paying attention.
Yeah,
dude,
so he
'cause
actually
was driving
he's
me
been
nuts.
he's been legit as
He fought Nate Robinson, who's all
He
of
did,
5 feet
yeah.
tall.
Yeah, when he started, he was doing that kind of shit, but he's gotten a little better. And it's Mike fucking Like even now, like
And
Mike
I don't
is
care.
just a
And
fucking.
I
even,
mean,
even
I
with
grew up in the
headgear,
era of Mike Tyson.
Oh.
Another one that made me cry when he lost to Buster Douglas. But
Yeah.
I just hope he beats the living brakes off this
Be fun to
dude.
watch.
It could
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Buy that pay per view.
I don't have to. It's on Netflix.
Oh, that's
He
right.
knows.
That's
He knows.
right.
He knows.
Oh, Logan. Oh, they just lost money. All right.
No, they already got paid.
Oh, they're
That's
good.
the
They're
thing.
fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso.
Brother versus brother.
Used to be a tag team. Now they're fighting
What
against
is
each
it?
other.
Jey
There you go.
Uso
I'm going with my name.
versus Jimmy Uso.
Yeet.
It's Jay. I gotta stick up with the Jays.
Say,
bro.
Pete. Damn it.
No yeet.
No yeet. Are you happy?
There we go. That's. I guess I'll take it.
Skeet.
To the window.
To the wall.
Ah!
Yeah. I'm not going further.
Yeah, we probably should stop.
LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
We'll go AJ Styles.
He's doing pretty good with these picks right now.
Yeah, he is.
It's the luck of the Irish.
This is,
If you were the MLB, you'd be batting almost 1,000 right now, so that's pretty good.
what would you do if somebody attacked your home?
They had a scene at AJ Styles' house where LA Knight showed up and just started honking his horn. They decided to fight in the front yard for like 5 minutes, and then LA Knight got
Nice.
arrested. So yeah, it's
All right.
Arrested.
arrested. He
So-
said, "I'm coming back." Well, that's not going to help. You just got another
And
charge.
he had a hard
Like,
time
what the
20
fuck?
minutes and get his fingerprints.
All right. So we got a ladder match. Now there's two teams that's not in yet.
Ladder match, they got to go to the top. They got to get a briefcase.
These are
Correct.
the titles, though.
Or-
Yeah, they
Oh,
take the title.
The
the
belts
tag
up here.
team
Yeah.
championships.
And this is the tag team
So
championship.
there's a lot of
Alright.
people in this match.
So I'll give you the teams. I'm sure you know all of them. The Judgment Day. They're the champs. DIY.
It's got Johnny Gargano from Cleveland.
He's a local kid.
All right, Dold.
Yeah.
Sold.
Oh, no, there's one more local kid in this
Yeah.
match.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
A little bit more famous.
Awesome Truth. Featuring
I'm going by the name. I'm sorry. That's awesome name.
Featuring
awesome Truth.
Cleveland's own Miz
Oh,
and R-Truth.
yeah. Going with the Miz. I love the Miz.
versus
Wait.
the New Day
Was it 4?
This is a
different-
six-pack.
Six. Holy.
There's
goodness.
still two teams to get their spot.
versus TBA versus TBA.
Yeah.
So
There's
it's
going to be
two-
14 people.
Is the Miz a good pick then?
I think it's pretty safe. They're
That's
building.
actually
Him
a
and
really
our
good pick.
I
Truth
can't
is
go
the
against
comedy
the
act,
Miz.
but they're gonna. Yeah, you can't. Mike's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually he's my cousin's friend, and I've drank a beer with that dude. He's really nice,
I
dude.
can believe it.
Would you drink a beer with his dad?
I think he was there. I'd be honest.
I
don't
believe.
doubt
His
it.
son's
I-
all right, yeah.
His dad lived in the development I used to live in.
So, not even joking. I believe Rebecca and I saw his dad at Bob Evans in Independence. I'm not even joking.
Could believe it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like he was.
You want some taters,
You
man?
want a tip? I'll tell you where he is the day before Thanksgiving every year. And I'm not going to do it on this show.
I
Though.
think you kind of, everyone just shows up.
I don't want the Miz coming to my house like, dude, you just blew
Bro,
up my
what the
spot for Thanksgiving.
All right, so we got a couple more matches. I think 3 more here. So this match is a little bit special. It's the Intercontinental Championship match. So the champion in this match has been the champion for like
Over 600?
650
Longest reign ever.
So it has
whatever.
to come to an end. Because then all great things come to an end.
So
His head's like in this great spot, man. I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell's going
I
on.
haven't watched it since Hogan and
I've
Savage.
secretly been watching.
He's
it.
actually been watching the entire time. I know every fucking person you said.
I'll teach you a thing or two.
Right now, yeah, I'm taking notes.
Told you, man, you should be betting.
Literally.
So the guy who has 600 someday reign, Gunther,
I cannot pick a dude named Gunther. I'm sorry.
He used to
I don't
be
know how
called
that
Walter.
dude. What?
He used to be called Walter.
He used to be
He's-
called Walter.
What
But
is
he's
with the
more
terrible
fit.
names in this guy?
He's Austrian, so
Yeah.
But
he's
he's
a
fit.
he's a big fucking dude. Like this dude
Yeah.
is.
Then again, yeah, you hear the name Gunther, you're like,
It's spelled Gunther, but it's
Yeah.
Gunther.
Yeah.
either
Gunther.
this dude is
Gunther.
a complete badass, or he's gonna make you some fresh cheese.
He's a badass.
So he's gonna face.
Yeah.
So he's gonna face
Possible.
Sami Zayn.
Who?
Now
Say it again.
Now I know he has been watching.
Sami Zayn.
Zayn.
Sami Zayn. Now, so some precipice on this too. Sami Zayn was in the main event of Night 1 of WrestleMania last year and actually won the tag team championships with Kevin Owens. So he has main event experience, big match experience. That's why he's in this match.
We're gonna go with the Zayn main.
I'm putting down Zayn Main.
Okay.
All right.
Did I
Put it with
miss-
the M-A-Y-N.
Oh,
Main.
of course. Yeah. Zayn's uppercase, Main is lowercase. I don't know why. The iPhone decided that's what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
Remind me
Right,
of
right.
Zeus. Do you remember that wrestler?
Yeah, fuck.
Do you know who played him? Zeus.
Wasn't that,
Debo, man.
Debo.
yeah.
That's right.
No holds bars. Movie
That's
with
right.
Hulk Hogan, got thrown off the top of the whatever arena and through the stage.
You really were a Hulk Hogan fan, huh?
I told you I was a massive Hulkamaniac, dude. I'm not joking.
All right, here we go to the main events. So the Night 1 main event is the tag team match. Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins, sorry, versus The Rock and Roman Reigns. The stipulation, just to recap, if Rock and Roman wins, then the Night 2 main event is Bloodline rules. Anything goes.
No holds bar. Like anything.
And if Cody's team wins, it's just a regular
Regular
match.
one-on-one match, no interference, even though we still think
The
Regular-
Rock's team's winning.
Fair fight.
The Rock's team's winning that one.
That's my pick too, because I just feel like they're gonna put the bloodline, like, to finish it, like bloodline rules.
And what'll
has to be-
happen?
we said too, like he
I'll tell
has
you,
to.
he's gonna have to overcome all that stuff
Yes.
because his family and his dad wanted to win a championship for so long and had it for like all of a
Yeah.
fat minute.
All right,
and
fine.
now
Let me
he's
give you
gonna
the
break-
bonus.
He's gonna go over all that.
Let me
and
give you the
win
bonus
that.
then. Same match. Does Seth take the pin or Cody?
The what?
Who takes
Pin.
the
Like
takes,
who's
who
on
loses the match? Who actually gets the count and loses the match?
like who's flat on their back getting
Do
pinned?
you
Actually-
would
actually-
Seth or Cody
Cody.
lose it?
actually
I don't think Cody will lose, and I think Rock will do the pinning.
Rock will pin Seth.
Yeah.
Rock will pin somebody.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. And then Night 2. Oh, there's two matches, the championship matches in Night 2. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. The World Heavyweight Championship.
And I just had Seth Rollins lose.
Yeah.
On Night 1.
He'll win night 2 then.
I see Drew winning that one because I feel like Seth's gonna take time off with his back and his knees.
Oh, he's hurting?
He's been hurting for a while, but
Yeah.
he's also been champion for
With my new
Over
set knowledge,
300
I'm going to
now.
have to
I think it
change
said
my
300
pick
something.
then. I didn't know the guy was
Also,
in that.
momentum's a big thing. So if you're losing night 1, you're probably going to lose night 2.
Oh, all right. Then we'll split your pick.
Well, in
we'll
that
go to the other guy.
situation, yeah.
Do we want to count that as we'll take
I'll count it as Drew.
we'll count it.
Because I wanted to get all these right, so I'm going to
We'll
count
count it.
I'm trying to. Hey,
We'll count it.
You're
I,
doing
I know
great
a
so
lot,
far.
obviously.
You're
You're doing
actually
fucking great.
shockingly doing
I'll
a
tell
great
You
job.
will be surprised when we come back to you when this is over. And
Dude,
be
it's like
"Look at
soap
this."
operas, man. You ever have to watch them? Because I had to at one point.
Oh, yeah.
You could leave for
Yeah.
years and you'll come back and it's the same thing.
One of my favorite shows, the reason why I downloaded Netflix, One Tree Hill. So, I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
well,
We was
for
talking
the
about, like,
record,
Young and
when I moved to
Restless.
North Royalton, we only
My
had 3,
sister
5,
liked
or
Guiding
8.
Light.
So there was the only thing on after school was either Ricky Lake or One Night or One of Our Lives or something like that.
Days
Sorry.
of Our
Days of Our
Lives.
Lives, yeah.
Sure, see.
Through sands of
Kevin's
the
like-
hourglass.
Yes.
So are the days of our lives.
Speaking of the sands in the hourglass, we're almost out of time, so let's get the main event out of the way.
Roman Reigns
What an intro.
versus Cody Rhodes.
Rhodes is going to win it. Overcoming bloodline rules.
Okay. This is a hell of a...
Okay.
What happens if I get all these right? What do I win?
Kevin's going to dress up as a chicken for one of your shows.
Sweet.
Sorry.
And
the-
tell
chicken
Andre
boy.
not.
You just have to buy the chicken suit.
I'll rent
That's
it.
deal, dude. Find
I'll
a cheap
rent it.
one.
I'll rent it.
Rent it, yeah. That's
Hey,
that's
I'll
pretty
do it.
smart.
I don't.
Treat it like
I
a
got no.
yacht.
I got
We
no
don't buy
issue.
yachts. We rent them.
Before we sign off, Kevin,
Mhm.
what's the one big thing you want to see out of this WrestleMania this year?
Boy, oh boy. Now that people have kind of coined this whole Bloodline versus Cody thing as like Avengers Endgame, like when the portals open and stuff, like I just want all the chaos. Like I'm okay if Rock and Roman win night one to cause Bloodline rules, because I know we're getting chaos every single pop and big name that you want. Just a menagerie of pro wrestling right there on my television. That is what I want for the ultimate prize of Cody finishing the story and stopping this whole boring yawn reign of Roman Reigns. And I'm glad you guys said that you guys didn't put him on your Mount Rushmore, because there is nothing I can, while it's one of the longest reigns we've seen in a very long time, I haven't seen one clean finish, and I haven't seen a growth in promos from the time that Cena took him to school. He was trying to raise up the next person, and he still hasn't done that.
He had a chance last Friday.
Yes.
Friday. Rock was out of the spotlight,
Yeah.
and Roman. The difference between what we saw from Roman and his interaction with Cody and what we saw on Monday with The Rock and Cody, where The Rock, not advertised, but did say a word on the microphone.
It was more entertaining than Roman was talking for 20 minutes at the end of
Mhm.
Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah. More invested in that than anything Roman has said for several years.
I'll
It's
tell you what
insane.
I want to see. So
Yeah.
if they got these bloodline rules, anything happens, so The Rock could come in and interfere, correct?
That's the whole point.
Correct.
Yeah, there
I
could
hope
be a
he
double agent.
tries, and my boy Stone Cold just comes out, just one hit, drops
The
him,
door's open,
and just
right?
walks right off, dude.
Well,
like
You're speaking
no.
Kyle's language now.
You said like this, like the Avengers Endgame type thing is a great analogy
Yeah.
for it. For
That's
me,
what made me think of it, to be honest.
the reason why that matters a lot is because they've made Cody essentially the next guy.
Yep.
And they want Cody to be in this conversation for Mount Rushmore because of all the emphasis they put on him in this story and this
Mhm.
moment and the different obstacles he's going to have to face. Having Stone Cold there, having Rock there, having Cena there, those kind of guys for that moment
Mhm.
where Cody really becomes the next level on their level, so to speak. I mean, that is.
All right, I'm
I
just
want to
letting
see
you
it.
know,
I want to
Yeah.
see it.
if I predict that dude comes out and punches The Rock,
You're
and knocks
you're very on right now.
you're running the chicken suit.
Stone Cold. So again, fucking TikTok. He's been working out. Like this dude looks fucking better than he did when he was in the early
Yeah.
2000s. Like he's ripped right now.
Amazing.
He's almost like he's training for something.
Amazing.
Guy had a fucking match a couple years ago and was getting suplexed on the concrete and all that stuff. Like okay, he can still go. So
Yeah.
show him punch the Rock.
But I can also see Rock having, whether he does it purposely or not, or somehow like he interferes with Roman, then the battle for the head of the table.
Commences a year-long build.
That's
Yes.
the next story. But that could be done without the championship.
Yes.
Exactly. They don't need it.
Yeah.
They don't need it. Let Cody, do
Yeah.
your thing.
If they want to title that bad, have Rock create one.
Roman can prove that he is one of the greatest by having people invest without having a title belt. And it's not just being The Rock leading all of that. If
Yeah.
that were to be a storyline moving forward at some point, Roman can change the narrative about himself by having people invest in what he is saying and why he's claiming he should be the head of the table versus his cousin in The Rock. Like, he has to play a part in it. Right now, the only reason I'm invested still in the Bloodline is because of The Rock.
Yeah,
It's fair.
that's fair, and
And that's why he's the final boss.
that's pretty spot
Who
on.
really is the last? Like that's the whole point. There, it's why Roman right now. It's like, are you really in charge?
Yeah.
We talked about this last week. They don't come out together. Like when the Bloodline does their entrance, Roman comes out with his cousins, but The Rock comes out separate. It's like
And again, Roman doesn't say much anyway. Like they haven't
No.
developed anything Bloodline related other than Rock in the last year.
one Jay.
Roman says the
Mm.
exact same thing. Like there's nothing new that you're gonna get. So thankfully, in next weekend, hopefully it all ends. Because if Cody loses,
Oh, I'm gonna. My TV might not survive.
I've
AEW might have a shot.
no.
I'm kidding.
The
because
more angry you guys get, the more you're gonna watch.
Triple H is an adult, so I'll still watch the program. But like, it's if he somehow loses that,
It ain't happening, guys. I didn't pick him to lose, did I?
No.
Come on.
When always
you're-
positive
you're
Jay
fucking
says
around. You're gonna
it's
go
not
100%.
happen.
like you're gonna go perfect.
That'd
You
be
have no
hilarious.
idea.
I get always practical, Jay. You guys got always positive, Jay. So this better.
I got
finish the
always
story.
perfect, Jay, because he got to 100% on this. So I
Yeah,
can roll
well,
I
that.
see.
Roll.
I'm a
Don't-
man of many names.
If he does get a perfect thing, don't tell him because that head is just gonna.
Oh no, I just guessed.
I
I
got-
promise.
Yeah,
He's
buy a
going to
bigger
call for the
Guardians
next
hat, it'll be fine,
crossover
yeah.
show.
Peter's not gonna be able to get him on camera during our show. Then
We got 3 of them. We can use multiple.
yeah,
it's
that's
fine.
true. We got more room over here. So
All
The
right.
dude with the big head's talking about my head growing. Okay.
All right. Next week is the final show before WrestleMania.
We get to do Jay's thing next week.
We do.
Yeah.
We'll actually get to pick. You get to see what our original cards were from back in late January.
Yeah, we fucked that up big time. Dude, it's
Didn't
bad.
didn't go so well.
It's
There-
pinned on the TikTok, and I kind of wish I could just
there-
pin it now.
there's a match proposal I had there
Yeah.
that did not
Oh,
come
no,
through.
tell him about that. No, go ahead.
We're out of time.
Fuck.
The- I had an idea that Sami Zayn was going to face Jinder Mahal because Sami Zayn is the liberal character on the show, and Jinder, he wants to bring the country together, and Jinder in his corner is going to be Donald Trump, and Sami in his corner is going to be Joe Biden. And
Before
and,
you put this out there,
and-
why didn't you ask me if it was
and-
going to come true?
and I wanted Joe Biden to
Yeah, I
run
did the
down.
same fucking
Hold on, let me
thing.
finish.
You're still going.
Hold on, let me finish. I wanted Joe Biden to run down the ramp to the ring like he was Ultimate Warrior.
And then for Donald Trump to come down on an elephant.
So that did not happen.
nowhere even close.
Loser drops out of the race.
It's
They both
unfortunate.
drop out the race.
They-
RFK was
No
gonna be-
decision.
RFK was
RFK
going to be
goes
the
in.
special guest referee.
Yeah.
Jinder's nowhere even close to the picture.
No, thank God.
The winner gets to build that wall. Not happening.
They're fighting over Hillary.
They could build a wall for our studio. We gotta, Peter's
You
talking about
shouldn't fight over
remodeling. So
robots. It's not fair.
So next week,
I'm going to have Mexico build our wall. Don't worry.
we'll have our predictions for WrestleMania
We're gonna talk
And
Raw after Mania too.
and Raw after Mania, and you got SmackDown, obviously Raw in Brooklyn, where Rock and Roman are both scheduled. That's going to be a huge deal. We'll react to that coming up next week. But Kevin, always positive. Jay for the
Yes.
Voice of the Land podcast.
Where can we
Thank
find you guys too? Besides obviously watching the show, you actually have social media, correct? That's
Yeah.
yes,
I forgot what it is, but I mean, you guys,
I mean I have to.
yeah, you kind of have no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, if we didn't have our show, I would not be on Twitter. That's the only one I have.
that's why I appreciate him very much.
And we won't call it X because I don't want to say I'm on X.
If
I
you
feel
go
like
to
people
the
think I'm on X.
URL, it's still twitter.com.
Yeah.
So
So
change that, Elon.
catch their podcast, Voice of the Land podcast, live.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, 8:00.
Yes.
You can catch that, and then we're taped, so you can catch us on Thursdays with the episodes.
I believe next week we're going international. We're going to be here with our guest from Australia.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm gonna really piss off Jay because I'm gonna ask him if he watches Bluey.
We have a saying on this show when we close out our show
That Kevin's 12. I don't know.
that
What you
Kevin
saying?
is 12, and that we need to sign off before the side hustle becomes the main hustle. And the reason why we do that is pretty obvious. If this becomes the main hustle, then we got to put $1 billion into my apartment. So with that, good night.
See you guys.